Hey everybody, it's Fancy over here in the Ant Legion game. I am in Fancy's nest right now, but I want to show you something. You see, Fancy's getting bigger, and really, a lot of players already have done this by now, and I really should have. But believe it or not, being a leader is not always glamorous, and there's been a lot to deal with. So I'm trying to get kind of back in my mode here, and I have Fancy working on, she's still healing from Stomp, which is good though, because we made a lot more, got a lot more CP in here now, but I just want to grab this real quick while I'm here. Um, so Fancy needs tons of resources. My next thing I have to do is upgrade my queen. Or I want to do, I should say. And so already that took doing this entrance, which takes tons of resources. You see how many to do that. Now I've already done it. And now in order to do it again, I'd need to upgrade my queen, but I don't want to do that yet. But what I'm saying is it took a lot just to get there. All the prerequisites to get to your queen. As you'll know, you think it's impossible at like level 28 or even maybe before that. But by the time you get to 33, it is like, I don't know, I would have to maybe send out my troops constantly forever. Well, look, they need to go out again anyway, too. Now, let me just make sure I'm not missing. I already missed the time that they come out for the sevens. But what I'm saying is even if you did it constantly and religiously, you would still always be in need of resources. So what the big boys do and the big girls is they go and they get themselves a farm. Now, that's what Fancier was started out to be. So I really was supposed to have a farm a long time ago. But Fancier decided she wanted to be an entity on her own. In other words, I had never had a farm. I didn't really know much about them. Geez, when I first started, I was like, it sounded so exotic. Oh, they have a farm, like, oh, wow, that must be something really awesome. And it really is awesome. It's just I didn't know anything about it. It's one of the mysterious things. So then I went and I started and I got Fancier. Now, when I did Fancier, it was a little different because we were moving to the state. I already knew that we were going to relocate here. I still had Fancy, who needed a lot of global relocates. They take a ton. And I made the mistake of upgrading my queen before I actually moved. So it took even more. So even if I was getting close, I was farther away at that point. So if you are going to global relocate, make sure you know that. And I'm going to do another video just on that. It's kind of similar, but not quite the same. So anyway, so I had started Fancier there to already get established here in the state for when Fancy came over. So during that time, I spent so much time over at the new state because I had some of my old members there already from the original Sin, which originally was LOJ, but that's all besides the point. That I kind of spent a lot of time in her nest, so she kind of became a range nest, which now I think I'm going to switch over to Haste. But again, besides the point, I have a way of rambling for now and then, in case you haven't noticed. But anyway, so she became her own nest, which I've learned is called an alt. So if you hear anybody saying their alt nest, it's their alternate nest. It's a nest that is like in the medium range. So it's not quite your main. It's not as big as your main, but it is considered a main nest, just not your main nest. So you have your main, your alt, and now we are going to do a farm. And I've already started mine. And I just want to talk real quick about how you get that going. And there's different ways of doing it. I'll tell you how I did it. I'll tell you how I've heard other people do it. And I am going to be starting another one too. I need two farms. I really do. Because now Fancier is getting to where she can't give me any more resources. Well, I haven't really taken from her, but maybe once. Don't let her tell you otherwise. Anyway, so I'm really going to get two going. Time, as you all know, is precious, and it takes a lot to do just one nest in this game. I know players that can do it. They do it beautifully. We have one player who is just astounding. I don't know how he does it. I mean, he like blows us out of the water with CP, and then his alt nest is like the size of my nest, and we've been playing the same amount of time, you know. So I'm like, I mean, he came out of nowhere. This was a while ago. He came out of nowhere, and anyway, he's doing phenomenally, and he has, I think, two other nests. If I remember right, I'm losing track about how he keeps them straight. But anyway, and they're all doing fantastic. So they aren't just like farms. He has one that is just a farm, I guess. So far, anyway. Unless that changes. Anyway, so that's what this is all about. So I'm going to dive right in now. And what you're going to do when you decide that you need a farm, and that is when you cannot get enough of these resources like this queen. Um, and this is even after doing all the prerequisites up to it, which take a ton. This alone is going to take a lot of resources. So we definitely need at least one, maybe two farms. And those are just there. All these farms are is just to collect. Very minimal otherwise, just to feed your main nest and possibly your alt. So how we go about that, there's several ways. Now, first, you can, if you know somebody in another state, they have to be done in another state unless you have a separate server. You couldn't do it the way I'm doing it now. You would have to actually make a separate account. So we're not going to do that. I'm not even going to get into that. If you want to look into that yourself, you know, you can go right ahead. But this is the simplest way to do it. You don't have to, you can just switch right back and forth in between in your nest right here. So that's how we're going to do it. And then now, if you know somebody in another state, you can ask them. I feel personally, now this is just me because this way I am, but I do know somebody in another state. When we disbanded, well, I shouldn't say disbanded, when we kind of, everybody kind of chose where they wanted to go when I moved states. And so I did have one player um, that decided to go to another state other than the one we went to because she had met somebody or whatever. Doesn't matter. Thing is, I could go there into her alliance. I do know that it might be a different atmosphere than what I'm used to. And when I'm doing this, I'm always in a hurry and I don't have time to chat on other chats because I have enough going on in my own and I'm going to have to keep switching over like a lot. So I don't really want to do that, even though I thought of it and I did talk to her about it. I did decide it's probably best if I just do it away from anybody I know to be quicker about it. So anyway, and the other thing was I could join somebody, just a random one, which I may have to do. I don't know. I got to see what the requirements are of this. But I just feel like bad when I have to leave to bring my farm back to my main nest. You know, I don't know. It's just me. But anyway, I don't want them getting attached or anything. You know, I know it's so easy, right? So anyway, here we go. So what I did was I went to look at, you go out of your nest and you look at the map here. Now you can do this a different way. You can go into your settings and do it too. I just did it this way because I was out and it was here. So you click on that thing that looks like a yellow tornado with like a square at the top. I don't know how else to explain it. Now bring up this. This is your map of your state. And then if you click on this planet, it brings up the big wide world here. And so this has the states separated by groups. And so this is the one I'm in right now, this group. And come down, these newer ones, these are how many more states it's made already since we moved. And this was a fairly new state when we moved to this one. Now it's up to this 271. Now, if you click on that, it is protected. So we cannot join them. Now, this is going to show me like I'm relocating. I'm not, I'm just checking them out. So when you see something like that, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't put a new one there. Here, these are all open. But the thing is, if you are relocating, you're going to have issues with that. But I mean, that's going to be another video. So let me just show you what I did. I went and I looked through several of them. And I came across this one and I thought this one sounds really awesome. It sounded just like what I would want to do this in. It is this one here. And this is what you do to look at, kind of get an idea. This is for relocating, so this does not really apply to what we're doing. We're just making a farm. We're not moving our nest, so we don't have to worry about any of that right now. We just hit enter. This is going to bring you into that state. You see it says state 413. And then how I just find out a little bit about it is I would click on this stump and then you go to view details. And I look at their announcement and it sounded so pleasant. I mean, it's like, oh, they're full of friends and they have each other's back. The reason that this is so important to me is that now you have a shield up until I think it is Queen 10, I think. And you cannot leave the state until, for one, you have to wait 30 days. But also, I think you have to be a Queen 15. So after that shield is no longer there automatically, I'm going to have to remember to put one on or you can be attacked. So I didn't want a state that was not, it was like a NAP 10 or anything. This isn't all, see it says statewide NAP. That's why that's important to me. Now, if you're going to be in an alliance, that's different. Right now I'm out just in the wilderness. So it does matter to me. So, just see where you're at. But also, if you're going to be in an alliance and then it is not a statewide NAP or an all NAP state, then you want to make sure that the alliance you're in is a part of the NAP, or you're going to have to keep shielded all the time. So just to keep in mind, doesn't mean you don't have to, but if it's a NAP 10 state, that means the top 10 alliances are protected. You don't attack each other and nobody can attack you. Out of them top 10 states, alliances. However, if you're in a alliance that's CP's lower to where it doesn't get in those top 10, just be aware that they can be attacked and you're a part of it, so you need to stay shielded. Now you do get a free shield every day in your dailies. As long as you complete all your daily quests, there is a 10-hour shield in the very last clam there. So if you're on your own out there or in a non-NAP alliance, then make sure that you put that on if you're over the queen protection level. All right, so this one sounded fantastic to me. It sounded, like they're willing to work with anybody as long as you're a decent person, you're a decent player, and you just kind of, help each other out. So that sounded fantastic. So I'm like, yeah, that's the one. So what I did then was I kind of came out here again. I'm still in their state. And so I just looked around here and I kind of seen how big it was, how big their players were, and just kind of got a feel for it. You see, this is their farm, it looks like, there. So I just kind of got a feel for it. I also, now, then I, oh, sorry. And then I'm going to just go ahead and go in there because I cannot find my nest. I'm not sure quite where it is here. So I'm going to go into it so I can show you then what happens. Now I'm at the point in it where it's kind of walks you through everything. And it's been a while since I've done a nest, new one. It's so much easier once you have done one to do your farm. So let me show you then how you get in here. So I went to my settings, your manage character. Now, see, right now I'm in Fancy. If I clicked on the next one up, I would be in Fancier's Nest. Now, Fancy Farm, that is my new one. You see, I have it up to a Queen 7 here. So let's go into that, and it's going to bring me into that state that I chose. What you would do normally is you would hit new, create new account or new player. I character. Create new character, I think is what it said. We were just in there. Let me look. And you see this one looks quite a bit different. We got lightning going on and all that, and it's walking me through how to set up this nest. When you come in here, what you would do is hit this new character, and you see it says only one character in each state. So if I do another one for Fancier's Nest, or for both of them, I'm going to have to do this in another state. Now I do have, our recruiter has one in another state, and I may put my other one there with her so we can run rallies together or whatever. And we always have to talk business as far as leadership business goes. So I may do that for this other one, but she has like 7, I think. I don't know. She has quite a few. And I told you our other player has quite a few as well. So you can make as many, I think, as you want. I'm not real sure. I guess as many as there are states. Not real sure, but or at least keep track of. So this is how you would do it. You click that, and then you can choose your state, and then you would just pick the one that you felt more comfortable in, and it's going to put your nest there. Now let me go out back into here, and I'm going to come out of here. At first you cannot come out. You have to go through this tutorial, but once you can, and it's just going to explain how to do this, just because if you are really new and just starting, you're going to need that. Okay, plug this in too, I guess. It's been rambling on more than I should, probably. Oh, yeah, I'll get it in a minute. Okay, because this is going to be pretty quick from here on. Okay, so there's my nest. Let me see where I'm at on the map here. Oh, it's got me way out in Timbuk3 out here. Okay, so I'm on the outskirts, but that's okay for now. Later, I may move it up closer as long as I have a shield on. I don't think there's much. They might ask me to move. I don't know. But they said they're friendly, so we'll see. But anyway, if not, I might have to join an alliance. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for these all intensive purposes, it's going to throw you out here in the middle of nowhere. Now, I can be collecting, but once you get to this point, you see it still does quite a bit for you. I only have 3 of those. It's kind of fun starting out again because what the heck? See this one? He's scouting. Way, way out here. He's scouting these nests that don't have shields. I'm glad I have one. Not that I have anything for them to take at the moment. But they're going to be attacking this little 16 here. The thing is, when you're just building your nest like this, your farm, you're only allowed to take so many resources back with you, only as high as your vault inside your nest will hold. So keep that in mind. I see that 33 giant beetle right next to me, and it reminded me of Fancy being back home. So, but anyway, so what was I even talking about now? Oh boy. So you might as well, get as many as you can up to that point, and then after that, you can use them for that nest or whatever. Oh, I better not do that one yet till I really look at it. So once you go back inside here, whoops, I'm just gonna go in this way. It's pretty much the same. You see, you still have to unlock some things here, and this little thing over here, this is going to tell you everything that it wants you to do to get to the level that you need to be, to really, be able to use the nest, utilize it completely up to the level it is. So you just would hit these. It's going to tell you. I don't know why it's. Oh, upgrade this to level 6. So I'm going to have to upgrade it a few times here. And now this one's going to take 4 minutes. It's going to tell, every time you hit help, it's going to ask if you want to join an alliance. I don't want to do that right now. And I don't want to create one right now because I am just trying to get this up to where it needs to be able to actually use it and wait out my 30 days and see what happens after that. But so you get the gist of it here. You're going to keep just looking at the exclamation points. I mean, you've done a nest before if you're getting a farm, so you know your way around the nest. You know what you have to do as far as getting it through it pretty quick. You know, these scorpions, and you have to up your army scale, where this is going to say that. I'm going to need more, so I'm going to need more specialized ants. I'm going to have to get these up higher, all of that stuff. But once this is all done, we are going to have a farm. So I will go ahead and leave you with this. If you have any questions, throw them down below. Also, being you're in a new state, you might want to check out their state chat, see what's going on, if anything. Don't look like there's a whole lot of conversation too much in here. Oh, they had an egg. See, I missed. It looks like, I don't know, I might be the only American in here. um, but, and then again, I don't have an alliance, so I won't be able to look at that. So we got, if anybody sends, you may get recruitment letters, depending on which state you're in as well, if you want to join them for a while. But I do suggest letting them know, as they might know. But V, my recruiter just sent me a message. She is here. So she made one here as well, I guess. She is ready to rock and roll. So that's awesome. I'll have to look for her. But anyway, I want to wrap this up. So I will go ahead and I'll leave you with this, and we'll do another video real soon as I get this a little farther down the road, and let you know how it's coming along. Talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot. You are appreciated. Bye-bye.